Why hello there everyone and welcome back. I'm your host today, Mr. Mobile, and today I'm doing something a little different. Today I'm going to be going over 5 things I would really like to see Fortnite add to creative. And before we get into it, remember to go ahead and go to the item shop and use supported creator code mobile-scrap. We'll get all the advertising out of the way at the start before we get into the serious stuff. And remember to subscribe. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, so be sure to be part of the under 1k sub club and join the Discord link in the description before I do hit 1,000 subscribers, because everyone that is on the Discord before 1,000 subscribers will be getting a special role. Anyway, let's go ahead over the things I think they should add into Fortnite Creative. First things first, the least thing I think they'll add is actually more kind of barrier settings. So if you didn't know, in barriers here, there's a barrier, nice wee barrier. We'll maybe make it a wee bit wider or something. But we've got this barrier style. And barrier style is basically allows you to have different styles on your kind of barrier device, and you can use this on the other barrier device too. You've got a whole load of different textures and stuff, which is nice, you know, but I would really like to have more and maybe make it a wee bit more editable as well. For example, this here one, the tiled one, what if I wanted this square to be that size? For these merged together to make one big one. What if I wanted them to be that size? We should be able to maybe change the size of how stretched out the actual texture on it is, because that would be nice. Maybe this one as well, because personally these bricks are pretty small. I would maybe like to see bigger bricks, maybe a grayer brick rather than a browner brick. Glossy black we've also got. There's nothing much to change with these, but it would be maybe nice to have a glossy white or a solid white or something like that. We have got stone, which is kind of white, but that's all fine. We've got then a holographic red, blue, force field. Nebula is a nice wee one. It's kind of like a galaxy kind of thing. And then it's got a whole load of different colors, but not that much. It's only like 3. It's got red, green, purple, and then the one that you had at the start. There's not much difference in the colors. I would maybe like to see more colors added to it as well. Then we have Starfield. It's more of a Star Wars themed version of Galaxy or Nebula. And then we've also got different colors in it, red, green, and blue instead of purple. And then translucent only when you're close, which is a pretty cool one to be completely honest with you. But I would like to see more of those added onto that. The next thing I would like, number 2 or number 4, whatever way you want to do it. If we go to the devices here and they get the radio here, the radio needs a big old upgrade. We've got loads of different things, but they're all ambient sounds. There's not a lot of music which actually suits the theme of some maps. So what I suggest, and I suggested this actually a year or 2 ago on the Reddit, is the music discs that you buy, you should be able to use them on the radio. So if I were to buy, I don't know, let's say the Unreal Engine music pack, I could go in here and it would bring up the Unreal music pack. And if another person came along and they had one from a battle pass, they could use it. And then if anyone came and joined the island and it wasn't their island, they could still hear it. But if they went to their own island and went in this and changed it, it wouldn't be there. So I would like that to be a feature in the radio, because it would give the music packs a lot more reason to buy for map creators, especially because there's not much reason to have them besides in your lobby, which isn't much. But anyway, the next thing I want to have a wee change to is the thermal islands. Now, thermal islands are a brand new type of island, and you can place a lot of stuff on them. But as you can see, I've been trying to build the Chapter 1 map, and it is to an extent done, but there's something wrong with it. If you were on my stream on Wednesday, you would have seen what was wrong with it, and it's simply that it is running out of memory. Well, it has ran out of memory, and I can't place any more. But what I think they need to do with the thermal islands is give it a bit more space to have more memory, because I've put everything around the outside in one little house in the middle, and I can't place any more stuff, which doesn't seem like it's giving you much more to do. Now, putting that aside, all the props around the corners are all different props, which, you know, makes it go up a lot more in memory. But I'll show you what I mean once it loads. Okay, so we are now in the Battle Royale kind of map I've made here. And we'll wait for it to load in. Since I froze here, I'd like them to get rid of this freezing as well. Every time you like jump out of the barrier and then go back in, it freezes you like this. Like, you can hear me clicking my WASD keys and I'm not moving. That's because it's loading in the map. And it takes a while, and it's kind of annoying when you're building big stuff like this here. It's got the castle on top and all that, and you accidentally go out of the barrier. Same with the outside. You accidentally go out the barrier and then you have to kind of glide yourself slowly back in. But there we go, it's loaded in now. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of errors there, but yeah. So we've got 3 big error things here. And in theory, you should be able to place like stuff down here more and all. But we really can't. We could maybe place one little house, but then that makes it kind of laggy. So I would like them to maybe tweak around more with the thermal islands and make it have more cell memory. So maybe even 150,000. I know they don't add it because it wouldn't work on mobile and stuff. But to fix that, maybe they should add a setting on when you can publish maps, make it so it cannot be compatible with mobile, or can't be compatible with controller, or not controller, consoles, or can't be compatible with PCs. PCs, yeah. I think that would be a pretty nice feature, because then that means that consoles and PCs that can handle it, compared to mobile phones and Switches which can't handle it, can be on 2 different things. So PC and console could maybe have 200,000 cell memory, whereas Switch and mobile could maybe have 100,000 memory. And if a person on mobile or Switch really wants to go above that, they can put an experimental mode on, which would give them the ability to use that memory and or play games with that memory used. So I would really like them to try that. Another thing which is actually in this map, which I'm looking at right now, is the ice device. I would love them to add an ice gallery, and I'm not talking about an ice gallery like these here. These are nothing, well, they are something to do with ice, but for an example, these here ice cliff things, they ain't slippy. I tried to make the river here, which was in the original map, and it's slippery, but it ain't slippery here, and that's because the only slippery thing is French fries and these ice devices. And can I just say, these are the ugliest devices I have ever seen. So as you can see, I placed these ones down correctly and didn't place these ones down correctly and went crazy over here. And first of all, I would love them to make it so the texture on these is just the same texture the whole way. Don't be getting bright and going dark. That's really annoying to builders. And not just that, even placing them correctly and it doesn't look right. There's just dark circles in the middle of the ice. It doesn't look right for some reason. And I just like it to maybe be the white color here. You could maybe make there be a gallery rather than a device, the ice here, and make it so there's a white one, there's a blue one, and there's a darker one. And you could maybe, or else make it 1, and then you could go up to this, click E and change the color of it to different colors, or else make a completely different one of these, but make it slippery ice gallery cliff things. And then lastly, guys, the last thing I would like them to add is more indestructible props. While I was building this, I was really struggling to find indestructible stuff. All I have for indestructible, if we put it in here, there it is. There's the indestructible gallery. There's not a lot here, is there? There's desert stuff and all that. There's nothing here to do with ice. Yes, I know that these here are indestructible, but we'd maybe like to see more variety in indestructible stuff. Maybe more indestructible trees or something. That would be nice, because as you can see, there's no trees here. Because you never know, someone might want to build a map where this tree you could break, but this tree you couldn't. I just like to see more variety in stuff that is indestructible. Maybe you could make it so there's a certain gallery that you can change settings of stuff, make it destructible or indestructible. because that is in devices, but it's not in galleries, so I'd maybe like them to tweak around with the indestructible stuff. Anyway, that's the top 5 stuff that I would like to see them tweak around with in Fortnite Creative. So it was, add more stuff to barriers to make them look fancy. Maybe even add those their designs to other devices like the damage volume trap or the mutator zone. It'd be kinda cool to see a design on those rather than just blue or red designs. Maybe want a nebula design on your volume trap, who knows. Next thing was indeed the radio. I would love them to change the radio to what I asked. That would just be great for maps. Like, you could add so much more scarier music and stuff, or else nice camera music, or you could even use them to make better live events. You could make them actually have the live event music if it's in the battle pass, rather than trying to make it themselves. It would get a wee bit away from the creativity side, but it would be nice. Then the ice was a big one as well. Please change the ice because it's so ugly. I can see why barely anyone uses the ice device, because it's disgusting looking, no offense. Thermal islands, be great if they could change this, because again, it's kind of hard, and again, I haven't placed barely anything in the middle here, and I can't place anything in the middle because all the outside is going weird. I mean, this here little thing here is making it so I can't place anything else anywhere, basically. And then lastly was the indestructible stuff. I would love to see more indestructible stuff. Anyway, that was the conclusion of today's video. And if you'd like me to do more of these kind of things, like top 5 favorite things in creative, top 5 worst things in creative, tell me in the comments, because I'm sure I can figure out something. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one, and Epic if you're watching. Thanks for fixing, if you do fix the stuff that I said. Anyway, see you in the next one, guys, and remember to like and subscribe. You support a creator, go mobile-scrap in the item shop, and goodbye.